welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're in a different setting. I have some company. Say hello. In today's video, I am doing something that I have never done on my channel before. I am doing a plant tour. So I'm a little bit late to the party. What can I say? I'm a late bloomer, pardon the pun. I know that everyone got obsessed with plants in the first lockdown, but for me it was from March. Early in March I bought my firstborn. From this we have created... what have we started? And I have gone plant crazy since then. I have been loving watching plant videos, watching plant tours. I just wanted to show you today my plants, all of the ones I have so far. I have accumulated these over the past nearly 2 months. Yeah, it's been quite intense. I have got quite obsessed with this. Doesn't sound like me at all. Two of the things that have really got me through this hopefully final lockdown has been TikTok and has been plants. This is my new hobby. It's just really nice to have something that isn't technology based. My job is so online on my phone, and sometimes I just want to take a break from my phone, and I just want to take a break from devices. I cannot explain to you how much I love my little plants. They bring me so much joy. Give this video a like if you like the sound of it so far. Please do subscribe, whack that notification bell on, because I upload once or twice a week depending on how busy I am. Make sure you're following me on TikTok as well. Without further ado, let's get into the tour. So we are starting off with my firstborn. Here she is. This is my spider plant. You know, everyone's got a spider plant. She's very easy to look after. I made this macrame hanger for her as well. I think there is a spider who lives up there, which I'm totally fine with because, as I will tell you, there are gnats around. Basically, this is kind of what got me into plants, is this one. I was feeling a bit down in lockdown, March time, and my best friend and boyfriend, Lucy and Billy, between them, their suggestions were to go and get a plant or a succulent or something like that, and I went and got this plant. So she is my firstborn. Here she is. I love her. She's the variety that's more rare because the yellow stripes are on the outside and then the greens on the inside, so I don't really know. There's a lot going on in here, but I'm going to keep her pot bound because I want her to spit out little babies. This is one of my more recent purchases. This is a prayer plant. This definitely looks like an advert for sleep spray. It's not. This is a prayer plant. I got it from B&Q. Excuse me, ma'am. It is just a prayer plant. It cost me a tenner. Came with the pot. I thought that was really good. This is a slightly different one though. I don't know all of the Latin names, so I am terribly sorry, but I'm not one of those who's going to start rattling off all the names. But what's really nice about her is that she like lays right back like this in the sun, like me, like so dramatic. And then at night time, she props herself back up, so all the leaves are standing up, which is really cool. So on the windowsill here, I have 2 plants. Now these are both propagations. So this one here is a Tradescantia. That is the only Latin word that I do know. I will show you the mother plant, which is in the bathroom or toilet. It's from cuttings, and I snipped some off, propagated, and then put them in a separate pot. So here we are. The Tradescantias are the easiest plants. Then this is a propagation. Everyone calls it the snake plant, but I think it's the mother-in-law's tongue is what it is known by more traditionally. I got a piece from mum and dad's plant and chopped it into I think 6 or 7, and 3 of them have rooted. This one isn't, but the rest of them rooted. 1 rooted in the soil and 2 rooted in water. So yeah, I'm gonna move up here. There's a picture of me and Lucy, and then my friend me and Ree in the background there. How cute. This is a fern. I don't know what it's called. This is my newest. Oh my god, there is a fungus gnat right there. But bye now. Yeah, this is my most recent. She is so dainty, so beautiful. Mum and dad got one, and then I just basically copied them. Look how delicate the little leaves are. So pretty. A lady in the nursery said that they get really, really, really big, so stay tuned for that. Then we have my darling, my joy, the peace lily. Oh my gosh, this is my second born, I think she was. She lives on the table behind me. She is massive. I got her, and if you remember in my lockdown self-care day vlog, this is when I just got her. And I mean, look, now I've had to chop off the first three big flowers that came up. They're not technically called flowers, but those, you know, these things. This one's on its way out, as you can see. So beautiful. I love these flowers, and I've had about 8, I think, flowers pop out since having her. So I think she's super happy. Look at the size of these leaves. These leaves are huge. So beautiful, so healthy, and I just think she is stunning. And NASA approved air purifier, basically the main reason that I got her. My yucca. So this was an impulse buy that me and Lucy got when we went to Tesco's when she came around. It's chucking out shoots, got more growth coming up here and here, so she looks pretty healthy. Over to my succulents. This one I got, it was originally in a tiny little pot that went in here. If you remember watching my pumpkin picking vlog, it was that one. So that is now in a bigger pot and seems very happy. This one I literally just got the other day because look at it. I mean, it was only £3. Look, I couldn't not. It was so cute. I had a succulent that Billy bought me and I looked after it really well until I knocked it off my desk. This was one of the little side pieces that was coming off the stalk. So I put that in water, it rooted, and I saved it. This was the top of it, so the top of the succulent. I didn't think there was really any hope for it, but I thought I'd just stick it in water anyway and see what would happen. This lay dormant for like a year. I kid you not, a year. Put this one in with that one and thought, we'll see what happens. And it started growing and I couldn't believe it. So these two seem pretty happy. I know they're getting pretty leggy, but I think that might just be the type of succulent because they have plenty of light here. But this is just a little succulent that I got. I think it was one of the ones I got, oh sorry, at Garston's farm again. And it started to get really leggy, so I took off all of the, what are these called, like leaves? They're not really leaves, are they? Chopped the top off, and this is the top, and it's growing so well. She's doing amazing. And then I will show you the propagations of the leaves, or whatever you call them, in a minute because they're very exciting. And in here, in here are avocado seeds, which I am trying to grow. This is, I have no idea what it is. Lucy got it for me about 1.5 years ago. I've lost 2 of these already because I didn't really know how to look after it. As I say, I don't know what it is. I did just treat it as a succulent, but then I read online that it doesn't like to be in direct sun. So I've moved over here. So it's just in bright, indirect now. I usually water it when I do the succulents, to be honest with you. So I guess I kind of treat it like a succulent, but just keep it out of the direct sun. It seems to be okay. Moving on to my snake plant. I thought I was done for plants, and then I was like, I would love a snake plant just here. I think that would look really good. Me and Billy went to like 3 different garden centres to try and find the right one, and here she is. This, I don't know what this is. This came in a bouquet of flowers from Billy's parents. I stuck all the flowers in water, and then as they died I took them out, but this one just didn't die, and then it rooted. I did chop off these dry bits at the top. I think because I had it in water for so long, there was no way for it to get any nutrients, so they dried out on the tips. I think that in here, I think it will spit out a leaf at some point. I don't know when. I think there's something in there, but I don't know. Whenever you're ready, do your thing. Do your thing. Okay, so next up I'm going to talk about this one and this one. So I made this macrame hanger. Okay, risking it all up here for you. So this is 2 varieties of Tradescantia. You've got this green one here, and then you've got this purple one. So this purple one has actually spat out 2 shoots. This is from an old client of mine. They've got these 2 together and they look beautiful in a pot together, so I was like, can I please have a cutting? Now this one I love so much. This is a form of pothos or pothos. It's a silvery Anne, and this was a bit of an impulse buy, but she's just so pretty. Like, look at her leaves, and you can see I'm getting some new leaves coming up. This is my first new leaf. I love her. I just think she's so stunning, and just I'm hoping that she will vine down. I don't know how long it's going to take, but she's getting there. Okay, now we come on to a little semi-propagation station. This is actually where the peace lily lives. Oh, look at my veiny hands, it's hot. This is a Chinese money plant. This is one of the pups from Billy's plant that he bought. He bought one and they literally had like 3 pups on there. They were massive, so I've got one of those. This is one from Mum and Dad's Chinese money plant, which I have. This is a little bit of aloe vera. Dad was like, do you want it? And I was like, yeah. This is from a money tree. I think it's rooted. I mean, it feels pretty sturdy, so I think it's rooted. We'll see what happens with that. I have absolutely no idea. I'm trying to scan to your cuttings. I just feel like I got excited and now look where we are. So what happened is that Mum and Dad had a big one, a massive one. They gave me a cutting originally, which I will show you, which is now my mother plant, but that's in the bathroom. We sorted one of them out and chopped off loads of stems, and look what's happened. I mean, we might have had like a leaf or two, like this is an old leaf, but they have all shot out new growth, all of them. Every single one. But I'm thinking of just like putting them all into one big pot and then just having another plant. Okay, we're at the propagation station. So I bought these. I know it's really extra, but anyway, so these are my avocado seeds. As you can see, this one is wild. Like, who gave you the permission? Excuse me. Then we have this, which is basically one of my snake plant leaves. Was loose. Like, it hadn't even rooted, it was loose. I think someone just stuck it in there. So I just chopped it up. I did the same thing. This was the most successful method with the other one that I showed you on the windowsill earlier. So just gonna leave them there probably for like, oh, plant life. Probably for like a month or so. I don't know. We'll see. It'll do something eventually. This is a bulb from a ZZ plant. This was a cutting from Billy, from his ZZ plant, and it did have the bulb with it. They have like a massive like bulb that they grow from, but it snapped off. So that shoot or that stem snapped off, so I put the shoot in water and I have put the bulb in soil. So we'll see if anything happens with that. Might shoot something up, might not. This is a golden pothos, or pothos, from Lucy. Hers is massive, like, it looks so cool. So I'm just waiting for that to root. And now I can show you the succulents. These are all of like the leaves, or whatever you want to call them. These ones don't really have much going on, which is okay. But this one was actually a self-propagation. One of the leaves fell off in the old plant soil. It sprouted a thing. I've put the sprout in the soil with it, and it's created its own another new little plant. So that is very exciting. Then if we go over here, we've got 2 babies here and here. Then we've got these crazy things. Absolutely wild. So I will need to do something with these soon, I think. But yeah, very exciting. They literally didn't do anything for months, and I was like, are they going to do anything? And then eventually they did. I don't know if any more are going to spit out. Maybe the ones that have got the red, because that was the first thing that came out was the red, but we'll see. I don't know. I just spray them like every few days, and that's that. Right, here we are. We're in the bathroom. Here are the Larry folk. This is where the Larry folk hang out. This crew, Larry. Oh, jeez. Like this, okay. I will insert footage of what this looks like. I've repotted it, okay? And look. Who gave you the right? No, sir. Back in your lane, please. Ma'am. Please return to your assigned seat. This is a spider plant. I think this was 2 babies. And this is one of my first, like, it's my first propagation, I think. Took it from Mum and Dad's plant and stuck it in some water, then stuck it in soil, and now I have a ginormous spider plant. Like, it's so, I mean, look at it. No, I love it. This one equally is Larry. This was tiny, only like a week ago or 2 weeks ago. Now it's shooting out these massive things. Oh my god. This was 1 baby. It's so big. Anyway, this is a different variation, so you can see the difference in the 2. So the one on the left is the more common type, which has got the white stripe down the middle, and then the one on the right is the more like the rarer type with the white stripes on the outside. Don't know what the difference is, but hey ho. These have quite a few crispy tips. I'm not really bothered about it. I think it's fine. Probably got too much sun here, but it's all right. And then here we go. Here is my OG Tradescantia. I think this is too bright for it because it is crisping up. This one is wild. So I will insert a picture of what I first received. So I first got a rooted shoot from mum and dad, and from there I have created this, and I've created what's at the windowsill, which I showed you almost first. There's so much to this plant. If you chop it off, let me get it out. So I chopped this off there and it's already shot out this little baby. I can't really explain it very well, but there's just so many new shoots coming out, like these ones. This I already chopped off to create the other plant. This I chopped off and it's come back. It's just like you just chop and prop and chop and prop, and this plant will not stop. If you want a plant that is foolproof, get a Tradescantia. These ones don't vine down though, they kind of just go out and go a bit crazy, but it's all right, they're pretty easy. So grubby. Next up, I will show you this one. I was so excited to get one of these. Originally, I wanted a Devil's Ivy, which I think is what Lucy gave me, but in the end I thought it was a bit too big because all of the Devil's Ivy that you got, they were on moss poles and they were huge and they were like 30 quid plus, which wasn't really for me. Look, this is my new leaf and there's another one coming through. There's loads of growth over here as well. I absolutely love her and I can't wait for her to start to really vine down. I actually split this, so I will show you a picture of what it came in. And then I split it into two. So this is one, this is the other. Oh look, there's more leaves. I find it so exciting. There's a new leaf, she's fresh. Hello, welcome. Oh. These aren't drying out at all. These have the gnats. Now this was one of the first ones to get the gnat problem. I think the pot is too deep for it. So I've got a couple of terracotta pots that I'm going to put them in probably next weekend. I've got pumice coming on the way as well, so I can do that. I just think they'll get a better chance of draining that way and drying out, because I kid you not, I split these and I gave them a water through when I put them in the new soil. A month later they were still soaking wet, like absolutely soaking. So I think there is an issue, but they seem pretty happy, like there's loads of growth going on. So yeah, but this was like the one that I was most looking forward to getting. This one was an impulse buy. I have no idea what it's called, but it looked really cool and had loads of growth coming off of it. And I want to make another one of those macrame hanging plant hanger doodahs so that I can put this in it, because I think it will do really well in front of that window. But look at all the growth, like this is crazy. It's another viner. She hangs down and I guess it's more succulent kind of based. But it's just really cool. I love it. She seems really happy. I think it's just very easy, to be honest with you. Right, these two I will do next. This was actually in one. So this was in here as well. And I just decided to split it because I'd already repotted it once and then it was shooting out roots at the bottom. Ugh, like that. And I was like, I can't repot you again. So I thought that I would split it into two. This side was definitely more light than the other side, so I thought that I'd put it in its own pot and then maybe it can have a little bit more energy to itself and it can darken up like the variegation on it. This one is like, this is proper Larry. Look at this. What are you doing? Where are you going, ma'am? Where are you going? I don't understand. I don't understand. Look at all those pups in there. This is an active plant. I call this a paper plant because I think it looks like the leaves are quite papery. They're quite like thin and, as you can hear, like thin and crispy. They're not very like succulent and juicy like other leaves might be. They've got little flowers on them, which is really cool. So yeah, very sweet, but I don't really know what to do with it. If you have it in too brighter light, the leaves won't have the variegation on them, so they will just be white or like creamy. But if it's too dark and too shady, then they will be, I guess more like that, so they'll be quite dark. I don't know. I think this has been in perfect conditions for it, so I guess it's happy. It seems all right. Oh, that looks a bit crispy, but yeah, I don't know. I kind of give it a bit of a spritz and a spray when I do the others, and it seems to be happy enough. I mean, look at her. She's off. I don't know where she's going, but she's going somewhere. Keep growing. I mean, I think it's pretty happy. Looks it. So, thumbs up. Now, here is my second born. I think she's my second born. yeah, I got this one at the same time that I got the Peace Lily. I'm not gonna lie to you. No, excuse me, there are no flies on this one because I like this one, thank you. This is a leopard lily. Now, I wasn't that bothered about it when I first got it, if I'm completely honest with you. I got this because I wanted to get the Devil's Ivy and I couldn't, and it made me really sad, so I just got a plant anyway. This one, though, has completely grown on me. Maybe it's because she sits next to me while I'm working, so we bond, and I can like have constant like looks on her new leaves and everything. Now, since she has been with me, this was a like little shoot like this. I've experienced this leaf and this leaf. So these are my two new leaves since I have got her. Super healthy, super vibrant. I love the variegation and oh, she's so pretty. And now we've got more shoots coming up here. She definitely wants a new pot, but I don't know. I don't want to put her in a new pot. I don't know where I'd put her if I did. I don't know. I didn't really like this pot, if I'm honest with you, but now I do like it. So it's been a journey, okay? It's been a journey. I don't know, these leaves I think maybe aren't getting enough light. Who knows? I do turn her around quite a lot, but oh, she is so lovely. But I think these get really big, Dad was saying, so wish me luck. And as well, apparently Lucy was saying when they've had enough nutrients from the soil, they spit it out in little raindrops. Okay, last but certainly not least, would it be a plant video if we didn't have a string of hearts? I don't know. I had her trailing down and she was beautiful. I loved her hanging down. I thought that was really nice. But the leaves weren't very, what do you call these? I don't know if they're leaves or what they are. They weren't very pink. Like the ones up at the top were super pink. They had like really nice pink like hue to them underneath. And then the ones on the ends just didn't have that. And I know that that's because there was a lack of light. Like if you think about her being up there, she was here trailing down and she didn't really have, there was enough light, but it wasn't bright light. So apparently to get the pink on them, you need that bright light. This gets the morning sun. I went to Billy's for the bank holiday weekend and I thought that I would put her laid out here. And I know that this basically loves the direct sun. I saw on someone's video, oh, who was it? The guy that I follow and I can't remember. He was saying that to get the pink, you basically need to just like burn the leaves in the sun. And I thought, okay, I'll just leave her there. And oh my goodness, look, she has got so pink just in those 4 days. She's beautiful. I absolutely love her, but I did love her trailing down. But now I'm thinking, I actually really like her just in this cluster here. I think that that's really pretty. I think the pot looks lovely. I think she looks lovely. And I might just keep her bundled up for a little bit. I think it looks really sweet. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. It is something a little bit different for me on my channel. This is what I'm really enjoying on YouTube at the moment. I feel like all I'm watching are plant videos, Amazon hauls, and Jamie Genevieve's vlogs. That is really hard to say, Jamie Genevieve's vlogs. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure that you give it a thumbs up. Make sure that you are subscribed with that notification bell on because I upload once or twice a week depending on how busy I am. Come over to TikTok. Make sure you are following me there. Join the fam. If you have any plant tips or tricks, I am not a plant expert. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, and comment plant in the comments down below if you got this far, and let me know if you've got any house plants or if you are obsessed with them as much as I am. Let's talk about plants. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.